All right, this movie came out of the festivals. Guns a-blazing. Guns a-blazing. What the living... Chase Lee Hockey here with the Blue Futon, reviewing Emilia Pérez. So what's it about? This is a simple premise. Well, let's talk about it a little bit. It's a French director directing a Mexican movie. And this is about a Mexican cartel who's a dude who has a wife, 2 kids, and now doesn't want to be a dude anymore and wants to be a chick. He hires Zoe Saldana to find the right surgeon, and then shenanigans happens 4 years later. Now he is now a she. I still don't like saying that. Wants the kids back from Switzerland, and you can say shenanigans ensues, but my God, this is a train wreck of a film. But I could not take my eyes off. And this is one of the train wrecks where it's like train wreck, train wreck, train wreck, but you're like, where's this gonna go? Where's this gonna go? Because you're intrigued for where this story is going to go, but some of the characters are just not fleshed out, and the story could have gone so much better. All right, so it says it's a comedy. What comedic elements are in this movie? This is not a comedy whatsoever. Period. In a subject. The musical numbers. These are horrible. Horrible music numbers. It is not a musical number where you repeat the same shit over. Like there's one where the main, the transgender, chick, it's a song that she repeats the same stuff over and over and over in London with Zoe Saldana. Over. It's the same line over and over. Okay, and then there's one where, it's these weird dance moves too. There's also one where in Bangkok where they talk about, cutting off penises, turning into vaginas, and turning vaginas into penises, which is physically impossible. It's not possible because when you're a female, you have ovaries. When you're a man, you have testicles. The only way you're a man, and you can't get testicular cancer anymore if you cut off your testicles. But here's the thing. A woman probably can never get rid of her ovaries. Unless I don't know the surgery, but ovarian cancer. So I look at that and I'll be like, look, if you're a dude that turned into a chick, you'll never be able to get ovarian cancer, but you could have gotten testicular cancer. If you're a female turning into a male, you'll never get testicular cancer, but you could have ovarian cancer. Boom. That's how you can tell. Like, okay, there's that. So, weirdest song at Bangkok, but then they go to Israel, and that's another weird song choice, which is like, okay, whatever. But, okay. And also the backgrounds of these songs make no sense. There's one where Selena Gomez is singing in her bed, and she runs into her closet, and the closet turns to a fucking, like, portal of dancers, like, and you're like, what the actual fuck? And they're like, and you're just like, what are you? And then she runs back to her bedroom. Then she runs back and then some of the directorial choices of like, there's a karaoke scene makes no sense of like how you're gonna film it like that. And that guy, Edgar Ramírez, or is that his name? Rarely in this movie. He's in this movie for 10 minutes. So don't expect to see him a lot in this movie. It's Zoe Saldana. And, okay. Yeah. So that makes no sense. But there's something in this story where it could have gone strong because he was a cartel member. He killed a bunch of family members, put people on acid, etc., etc., etc. And my, tinfoil hat goes on is he wanted to turn to a female because he knew he was going to die. And if he did this, he gets a brand new identity. And that is my, conspiracy theory hat going on. But here's another thing. So the movie turns into kind of that plot point where a lot of Mexicans are like, my dad's missing, my child's missing, my wife is missing. And so now this transgender has a new nonprofit organization, an NGO, who is now trying to find these dead bodies, right? And so Zoe Saldana is going to prison, paying these people off to find these bodies, right? Here's some money. Even though you're not going to get in prison. Which CNN just did an El Salvadorian prison doc, which actually are a news segment, which is really freaking good for CNN. But that just proves like we don't want those people in America. What the actual living fuck we don't. And this movie is very much anti-cartel and anti-things like that. So I am very intrigued about the message of this movie of like, yeah, Mexico has a very bad cartel problem. And it's known. It's true. So our U.S. politicians need to wake the fuck up on that level. So that brings out a good point. But here's the thing. He was a cartel member. Or she. But here's the thing. I want to say he because people say dead names. I don't believe in dead names because things happen in the past that you have done. You're not dead. You're not dead. Dead is you're in the ground. Your soul doesn't exist. Your body doesn't exist. Your body still fucking exists. So I do not like that dead name whatsoever. So I don't care about misgendering. I'm sorry. I just don't give a fucking shit. So here's the thing. That plot point literally goes to cartel members killing people. It would have been a very good plot point if Zoe Saldana's character, or a family member from the past that he had killed comes up and shit ensues. That would have been very interesting because Zoe Saldana, there is a banquet scene where Zoe Saldana calls her a fucking bitch because she asks how she's working good. Oh, speak about some dialogue or some horrific dialogue. And they start going to song because there are cartels and, politicians that are corrupt at this dinner. And she, transgender, is now saying, like, I would need more money. So she's going to get money from wherever she can get. So you're just thinking, like, this is a plot point. This is going that direction. No, but they go the very conventional, Selena Gomez is going to marry someone else. And now she's going to take the kids away from the transgender who is the dad. Which at a point, if you know you want to be a girl, don't marry a girl and have 2 kids and now have this confusion with the kids. That's just very greedy as shit, in my opinion. And so then it turns to a very conventional, that's why there's a shootout, because they're going to kill her, being take the kids and take the money that Selena Gomez thinks she gets because, the money is now to quote unquote her, which is the same person. And they're saying that she's the aunt. So, but like I said, there's a very good, scene in the movie where she is over Selena Gomez saying, "This is my children." And that just proves at a point when a man is like 30 or 40 years old and wants to transition to a lady, you still have the muscles, you still have the bone density, you still have everything yet you can beat the living shit out of real fucking women. And there's a plot, and that shows it in this movie at that point too. Oh, there's a hilarious scene from Selena Gomez about her pussy while she's in Switzerland. She's like, "My pussy just throbs thinking that how she says it was fucking hysterical. Some of the dialogue, some of the musical numbers in this movie are horrendous. It's horrendous. It truly is bad. Some of the musical, background, like how you have La La Land, you actually have like real LA in the background. Here, it's total set pieces and it looks cheap as shit. But like I was saying with the story, if they would have went that route where that's how her past comes to haunt her, not the same way of a simplistic love story, blah, 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 because of money reasons for Selena Gomez, that would have made the story so much better and had me intrigued. Because at the very end, how it ends is like, when I was in France, I had to carry the Virgin Mother around town in France. They made basically a Virgin Mother statue of her, basically all the good she did. And that makes me fucking disgusted. Not because of the whole religion thing, is because it's like, the past, this chick/dude probably killed hundreds and ruined so many of y'all's people, and you don't give a shit about the person's past. And that's what really bothered me about this film, is you could have gone that route. And of course, there's also a route where you call it a lesbian relationship, but of course, you're still a dude and you like chicks. So let's just say, yeah, Emilia Pérez, it is a train wreck of a film. How this is going to get Best Picture a nomination, I don't understand. If this gets director, if the transgender girl gets a actress nomination, which the way society's going is going to go, I'm going to get sick to my stomach. I'm all about women's rights, not you put something before women, which is trans, doesn't mean you're a woman. I'm sorry. I don't care if you do transition, but you need to know your place. You're not a true woman, or you're not a true man. I mean, it's just the fucking facts. And I don't care that Bruce Jenner changed to Caitlyn Jenner. I mean, she did vote for Trump, and she's also saying men out of women's or I don't like I said, that doesn't bother me. It's there is people with common sense and not, and it's you gotta know the difference. If you transition, trans is in front for a reason. Because if you're truly just a woman, you wouldn't have to say trans before. Anyway, this movie is a hot fucking mess. But I couldn't take my eyes off of it. I had to see how it ended. It was very interesting, but it was just like so you'd get emotionally attached. You'd be like, oh, what's happening? What's happening? And then it would literally start going to a musical number, and you're just like, really, this child is singing about sweat and cigars and how his dad smelled like all this weird ass shit, iced tea with lemonade or iced tea with lemons. You're just like, what? And just these songs are just so basic. Yeah. Emilia Pérez will receive a 2 out of 5 with Futon. He was at 40%. Look, I won't lie. I went into this movie thinking it was going to be one of the worst movies of the year. It 100% isn't because it was entertaining at a point. But if the story would have done differently about going to his past, the story would have been a lot better. I think I would have given it a better score. But let's see what the Critics' News scores gave this one. We have critics and audience giving it 80%. However, if you go to Letterboxd, it's a completely different score. But critic consensus: Karla Sofía Gascón, that is the transgender, is Emilia Pérez in a swaggering musical crime thriller of gender-blending fascination that is an unapologetic trans story. Sure, but it is god-awful. It's not god-awful, but no. Oh my god, something amazing. Not 5 stars because it's a musical. The musical, yeah, it is on the surface, but at its core holds, like, my god, the story could have been so much better. I think that's really bothered me the most, is this story could have been so much intriguing, but it turned so basic at the end. So anyway, 80s and my 40. Chase Sock here at the Blue Futon. Like, comment, subscribe. One more thing is Bluetontopia. You Blue Tony's think watch for a great day. Actually, the best person to say it, Eric Childress from Movie Madness Podcast. Controversies aside, this is a poorly made film. Visually dry with bad songs and incompetent staged musical numbers, which all have the energy of a snail disco and the satiric edge of a fourth-rate Parker Stone collaboration. I could not have said it any better myself. That's why I'm not the smartest person.